Noah Grove videos. Today I'm talking about the Boss VE2 Vocal Harmonizer, and I'm also going to mention a couple other harmonizers that I have experience with, and I'm going to demo the one that I'm using right now. Boss VE2 Vocal Harmonizer, is it still worth it in 2025? Maybe I should just cut to the chase and just tell you, I don't think it is, but it's not a bad pedal. I wanted to talk specifically about this one because that is the pedal, or one of the reviews that's been the most successful review for me. And so it seems like maybe people are interested in that, or maybe people, for whatever reason, the algorithm thinks that I can talk about it or something. I don't know. I wanted to suggest two other harmonizers instead. One is, both are from TC Helicon. One is the TC Helicon Perform VG. And the reason I would want to suggest that one is because it does most of what the Boss VE2 can do, and it also offers some other things that it doesn't do that I think are extremely useful. If you're a solo acoustic performer, a singer-songwriter, you theoretically, well, not theoretically, you can use the Perform VG as the only piece of equipment that you use outside of your speaker, whatever you're using to amplify your sound. You could rely for your guitar sound and your vocal sound and the vocal harmonies just on that piece of equipment. It's an extremely useful piece of equipment. I think I've made a previous video about that particular piece. I've certainly done some blog posts about it. I could go into more detail about that piece of equipment, but for the purpose of this video, I just wanted to mention that, and then I'm also going to demonstrate what I'm using now. And the only reason I'm not using the TC Helicon Perform VG for all my solo acoustic gigs right now is because mine got stolen or lost. I either left it at a gig or somebody took it when I was loading and I just didn't notice. So otherwise, right now I'm relying on a mixer, a Yamaha 10XGU, I think is what it's called, mixer, for my solo acoustic gigs. But before, I was going through that Perform VG. So the thing that I'm using now for vocal harmonies, so now for my solo acoustic gigs, I don't have harmonies anymore, which I don't necessarily think is a horrible thing. I've got this, as you can see, I didn't think this shot through so well, but I'm just noticing it now. Well, as you can see, this big table is my loop setup. I call it the Space Arc. For Noah and the Space Arc, you can check our songs, check my songs out, and our songs. It used to be a band on Spotify at Noah and the Space Arc, or on YouTube. And this loop system, I'm using the TC Voicelive Rack. Now, this is a product that's no longer made, so you have to look for used ones, and there's not a lot of them out there. And it's not exactly a cheap piece of gear, but I'm really, really happy with what it does. It gives you profound control over your vocals, and the harmonies are quite good. The fundamental difference between the VE2, the Boss VE2, and the TC Helicon gear in general is that the VE2 can base its harmony choices off of a hybrid setting that they offer, where you can set the key and you can allow it to take in information from your guitar or from any sound signal that you're running through a 1/4-inch cable. So in this particular situation, I'm running my sound through a 1/4-inch cable of the whole mix other than my vocals. And so the TC Helicon only processes harmonies based on that sound input that you give it. And overall, it does a really, really accurate job. That's the fundamental difference that I would say between the VE2, the Boss VE2, is that the harmonies are a little bit more accurate because you can specify the key in advance. But for me, it's not worth it because between every song, you have to set the key. and the loss of time and focus that goes into that is just not worth the gain of slightly, one or two notes that are going to be no longer missed by the harmonies. And I think you can avoid those errors by being conscious of, through your experience with the equipment, you start to learn where the machine tends to make mistakes, and then you just don't go there. Just avoid those particular sounds that you make. If you want harmonies, don't make those particular sounds or frequencies where the machine has a little bit of some weak spots. And then you don't have to stop between every song and set the key. And for my money, the TC Helicon equipment, for just the setting by itself, where it only processes harmonies based on the sound, that's better than what the Boss version offers, in my experience. Because you can also set the Boss unit where it only processes based on harmonies, or it only processes based on sound input. Or you can also set it where it only processes harmonies based on the key setting. And for me, the TC Helicon does a better job of processing harmonies based on sound input. Now, with that said, I want to do a little demo of a song that I just wrote. I'm still coming up with a name for it. It's called Too Much to Take, and I'll demo the different harmonies that you can get and the different sound effects that you can get. In fact, right now, with this TC Helicon Voice Live, I'll go ahead and demo some of the sounds before I even start the song. So here, you get a little bit of the air conditioning sound in here, but this has a whole bunch of different effects on it. We have a U-mod, a reverb, a delay, and also a doubler that's like a quad doubler. I'm going to take the quad doubler off. There we got like a radio sound. Take that off. Now you don't have the doubler, you don't have the radio sound. Harmonies! Alright, here we go. I'm going to mess with the vocal doubler, the harmonies, and some of the different effects. It's just too much for me to take. Somebody take it all away from me. It's just too much for me to take. It's just too much for me to take. Somebody take it all away from me. It's just too much for me to take. So many times I tried to fall in love. Broke my heart every single time. And when I had finally given up, that's when you walked into my life. It's just too much for me to take. Somebody take it all away from me. It's just too much for me to take. Something like that. Thank you for checking out my video on sort of harmonizers in general. I hope you found it useful. If you didn't, let me know why. Let me know what you think I could do better, and or if there's any other equipment, maybe in particular that you see. And I promise I'll work on the camera angle here. I actually have a friend of mine come in this upcoming weekend just to work with me on camera angles and all that. So I won't be showcasing my sweatpants, but I was trying to show you this. I need to get another stand for the phone. I think I'm going to go use the phone for a lot of shots. Yeah, that's it for this review. And if you're particularly interested in the Boss VE2, you can find that review on my channel for the unit itself, an overview of what it offers. If you'd like to purchase any of these items, whether it be the Boss VE2, Vocal Harmonizer, the TC Helicon Perform VG, or the TC Helicon Voicelive Rack, as I mentioned, that they don't make it anymore, so you can only buy it used. You have to look for it on online sources where you can find used equipment, like reverb.com. But for the other two, I have links below where you can buy them from Amazon. If you buy them through my links, it helps support me. I do receive a small commission on it. So if this review helped you with that decision, I'd appreciate you taking the time to click the link that I provide and support the channel. Otherwise, thanks for checking out the video. See you in the next one. Peace out. When no one's around and you're feeling down, just get on the upbeat. When you lost your heart and don't know where to start, just get on the upbeat. 'Cause I've been playing on the downbeat for too long. Maybe the remedy is to fall into a song. Just get on the upbeat, just get on the upbeat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just get on.